So we saw the new VHS, right?
Yes.
We saw VHS, and we saw Black Sunday, not Black Sunday, Black Friday,
Black Friday.
and then the other film was the what was it?
VHS 94,
VHS 94.
which is the fourth installment in the VHS series, which
Yes.
is basically the found footage with a horror twist, right?
It's like found footage anthology, though. It's all
Yeah.
shorts.
Yes.
That's the gimmick there.
But yeah, I was trying to pull up the different stories that they had, but I dug it. I thought
it was
really
great.
good.
I thought it was maybe the best one of the series so far.
Yeah, because I don't think I've seen it since the first one. Like, I don't even know if I saw second and three, but I saw 4, and it was cool. They had the cool, the one, I guess they call it the wraparound between the anthologies. They had this recurring story, and I think that you were saying that's how it connected the other movies.
Yeah, I think that's in the last film or the last couple. There's been that whole through line of some sort of VHS found footage cult. Anyway, you're pulling it up.
Yeah,
There's,
I was
what is there?
looking for
4
it.
segments, 5 segments. It was good. I'll just tell you right now, folks. If you have Shudder, go. It's gonna come out on the 8th, I think.
Yeah, it's actually it's creep. Oh, it's Halloween. It's creeping up.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had so we had and all the directors were there. So the director Jennifer Reeder did Holy Hell, Chloe Okno did Storm Drain, Simon Barnett did The Empty Wake, Timo Tujanato did The Subject, and then Ryan Prowse did Terror. So you want to tackle them one at a time?
Yeah, let's just do the quick rundown.
Yeah.
The first one, well, I mean, it starts with the wraparound, right?
Right, and I think that's the
And
one.
I guess
that's
we don't want to give too many spoilers because I mean it's coming out on the 8th.
Yeah.
But it's got this wraparound story. The SWAT team is like sort of like descending on some complex, and it's filled with dead folks and lots of VHS tapes.
Yeah, and in very precarious positions.
Yeah.
Right? Like they were sitting, like some were sitting up, and it was but there was like a SWAT team, right? That was
Yeah.
kind of going through. And that one just kept progressing. So they'd show you a little bit, and then they would jump to the next one. They'd show you a little bit more and jump to the next one. So
Yeah, so that's kind of like the structure there. And then they had that
Storm Drain.
Storm Drain, Mr. Rotman.
Yeah, Rotman.
And
Basically,
that
yeah, the urban legend of there was basically a rat man that was living in these storm drains, right?
yeah. And then what was the other one?
The Empty Wake, which was my
Empty
favorite.
Wake,
Dude,
which is-
that was great. That by far was my favorite one.
Amazingly simple production. It's literally 2 cameras on a tripod, and they cut back and forth.
Yeah, and it was just like it had I guess for something that would basically be somewhat of a supernatural feel, it felt grounded in reality. For it to be something that would be like, what happens if you go to this wake and it's raining and nobody shows up and this person that's in there died under mysterious circumstances? So then the mortician that was there was trying to figure out what happened to this person, why nobody showed up, and it just progressed from there.
Yeah.
And that one I dug a lot.
That was
really
good.
did.
And then you had what is it called? The Subject.
The Subject.
Which it's hard to explain without giving it all away, so I'm not going to say much.
Yeah.
It's just basically imagine, I don't know if you watch like those sort of like anime things where folks have machine gun arms.
Yeah.
Just imagine if that was real.
Yeah,
Or someone
just
tried to do that for real.
If you had the island of Dr. Moreau, but Dr. Moreau was a mechanic and he had a garage
Yes.
of all these parts.
So yeah, and that's all we're gonna say about that. Because it's not out yet. I don't want folks to see it.
Yeah.
And then is it the last one? Is the horror?
Oh, yeah. Terror.
Okay.
It's called Terror.
Terror.
And it was terrifying because I don't know if this was by accident or on purpose, but and I think this is the director you spoke to, right?
Yes.
Ryan Prowse. That it was just like all these, like, I don't know what you want to call them, for lack of a better term. They looked like Capitol stormers, right?
Yeah, imagine Capitol stormers, but in the 90s, and they're complaining about Clinton.
Yes.
And essentially, the through line of the story is they're planning some sort of domestic terror attack.
Right. Mysteriously, but they just like, yeah. And they have this mysterious person that's locked up in this barn that they keep going back to. But they keep referencing having the ultimate weapon. Like once you figure out what this weapon is, they're like, this is going to be the game-changing weapon, and it's going to get our message across. And it took a turn that I did not expect at all. And that's why I feel like this worked so well. Like all of these took a turn that you didn't expect, yet in a weird way, it was kind of, I guess it was the VHS format. It just felt real. Like something about it is like you can totally see this happening. But then when it's just like when the horror portion of it kicks in, it just gets fucking bonkers, man.
Yeah, and
It
that's
gets
how,
totally
like I said, don't want to
fucking bonkers.
reveal too much because you've just gotta sit through it. But I think it was really good because it was because I mean these tapes are like from 1994 allegedly.
You're right.
You know,
Yes, exactly.
For the kayfabe of the movie, but like it feels so in tune to the current mood of the country.
Yes.
And it's really good. And I was just say, okay, so afterwards we were out there and we saw the director was like milling around in the lobby, and I was like, oh, I really like another film he did called Low Life.
Low Life.
Yeah,
Lucha
and, like,
masks.
Yeah, and it's got a luchador in it, and it's great. I mean, anybody, I recommend it highly. If you
Hulu.
watch it, yeah, it's on Hulu, exclusive. So I wanted to talk to him about Low Life or whatever. So we were kind of like milling around. And I remember you were there and you went to the bathroom. And I think I'm just like a total mark. I just like the dude just saw me, I think, looking at him, and he just said, "Hey," he said hi to me, right?
Yeah.
He started talking to me, and he was cool, super nice guy, you know, whatever. And like another actor from Low Life was there. I wasn't sure if he was in this movie as well. So we were just talking or whatever. But like he had his mom with him there at the film festival, and like a couple of other production people in the movie. And I just told him I really liked the movie, and it was great. I mean, super nice guy. He told me another film he's got it working on, and I forget the name. But then the funny part is just like, I hit a part, it's like, what do I say now? Like, I don't really know what to say now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I just wanted to say I really like that movie because I feel like it's kind of like under the radar. But yeah, I just kind of drew a blank. And it's kind of like, okay, well, it's like on Dumb and Dumber when it's like, oh, big gulps, huh? All right, see you later.
That's when you need the socially acceptable ninja smoke bombs. Like, I have no way to end this conversation, and I'm just going to drop a bomb and just disappear. I'm almost like the Stephen King, who's just like, man, it starts off really strong, but we don't really know how to end this, so we're just going to put something together really quick, and then we're just going to dip out. I feel like Stephen King's movies tend to do that. Like they start off super strong and always a great vibe, but then we're not sure exactly how to end it. So, but yeah, and that was good.
It just thought it was just funny, man. I'm just kind of like,
All right, yeah.
because he was he's super. I mean, he's like an up and coming kind of dude, and I think he's gonna do really well because I think his two films are just because the other one has sort of like an immigration angle that I think works really well, and I think he's just in tune with the vibe of the country right now. So I think he's gonna do, but it's just like, man, I don't have anything else to say really. I just don't know.
I don't know if this would it be too much of a spoiler if you explain like both of the movies. The theme of the movies that runs through both of the movies for some reason are body explosions.
Yeah, body explosions are big.
Body explosions are big in there. But yeah, it was a great flick, and then they ended it with the Holy Hell, the wraparound, and they kind of that comes to fruition on what actually is going to do, and that's how they tie it together. And it had a pretty definitely that had more of a creepy 70s type vibe of just like, that felt like, oh, we're watching this Faces of Death type thing in there. So yeah, all in all, man, 2 thumbs up to that. Or what's the emoji? Is a fire face, devil emoji, and then a VHS tape. That's the emoji.
Yeah, VHS tape emoji.
Yeah.
It's good. Check out VHS 94. I recommend it. Get Shudder.
Yeah,
just
it's gonna
get
be on
Shudder. And if you don't have Shudder now,
you gotta
why?
get-
It's how you should at least have it for October.
Yeah.
Get the free trial, you idiots.
Yes. You got Elvira, and then you got Joe Bob coming up this Friday, the Halloween Hoedown. Yeah, there's so much stuff on there. They're premiering. It's 61 days. AMC Fear Fest is like 30 days, but like Shudder is like 60 days.
Yeah, I mean AMC. No slight to them. I think Shudder.
Same company, right?
Yeah, they own Shudder.
Yeah.
But they've usually they'll do the Halloween the Halloween marathon. It's like, and we've got Halloween 4 and 6, and it's like, they don't
Right.
have all the originals.
Yeah, no, Shudder with their streams is for the win. So definitely get that and check out VHS. The second movie we saw we talked about found footage already, but we saw a couple of movies. But the other one we saw that we didn't get a chance to talk about was Black Friday.
Black Friday.
Yeah.
Give him the pitch.
So that is basically what happens if Bruce Campbell, Michael Jai White get locked in a toy store during a horrific event. And just like, and everybody, it happens on Black Friday. This is the holiday movie. This one's going to be cool because it has you can start watching this early, right? You can start watching this in November on Black Friday, and it'll carry over to Christmas.
I think they said it's coming out in November.
Yeah.
To rent or whatever.
Yeah, I couldn't, I was actually even trying to get onto Rotten Tomatoes, and I couldn't even throw which, by the way, I dug it. I dug the movie. I wanted to give it a positive rating there on Rotten Tomatoes, but they didn't even show up yet. And I was like, oh, that's right. We were literally the first people to see the first cut of this movie.
Yeah, they had just finished it.
Yeah, so it's not out there, but cool, man. It was just I think having Bruce Campbell in there gave it its cred, right? That it was just you're going to do...
He gives it the rub.
Yeah,
the Bruce Campbell rub.
But he's definitely not what you expect from him at all. And I think he probably enjoyed playing a little bit different than what you're used to. You expected it was just oh, is this going to be like Ash in a toy store? But no, because you thought it was going to be, it's like S-Mart, And I think they had homages to that, and the director talked about that, but it wasn't about that at all. He's definitely playing. I think the badass of this one, which we had a little bit of scare, was Michael Jai White. No, why did you say his name? Why am I blanking?
Michael Jai White?
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael Jai White.
Yeah, okay.
He comes out. I didn't realize he was in the film, and he comes out, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Someone's getting kicked in the face.
Yeah, he's the badass, which we had a scare on Twitter the other day that I thought he died. He actually started trending, and I was like, wait, he died? I was like, we literally just saw him in that movie. And it was a misunderstanding that, unfortunately, he had, I believe it was his son that passed away. But
wait, whose son passed away?
Michael Jai White.
Really?
But the obviously, Twitter being Twitter is just oops, I accidentally told people you died. So everyone thought
it's a joke, get it?
Yeah, everybody thought he died, but he was great in it.
I have a Michael Jai White story.
Yeah. Oh yeah, shoot, man.
Okay, so I had a run-in with Michael Jai White one time. I was actually I was at Sundance for whatever reason, got to go, and I was at one of the little free mixer things, whatever, where they have free Stella Artois beers and French fries for some reason. They would give you Stella Artois and French fries. I don't know what it has to do with the movies, but I was in the free party. And, I was trying to get a beer or whatever, and it's packed, it's shoulder to shoulder or whatever. And they're just kind of putting them out, and people grab them as they walk by. So I was there, and there was one Stella Artois left, and I reached for it, and another hand reached for it at the same time. And, and then I was looked up to see we were reaching at the same time, and it was Michael Jai White.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, you can have the beer.
Yeah, it's all yours, Spawn.
Well, I mean, he's known for Spawn, but I think folks know he's an awesome martial artist.
Yeah.
And he's done a lot of second tier martial arts films that are pretty good. You ever see Blood and Bone? I recommend it.
No, I've not seen Blood and Bone.
Very old school. I love the old school martial arts vibe where it's just, this guy knows karate, and that's pretty much the premise of the movie. Before there was superpowers, there was just guys who knew karate.
Yeah, just people who knew karate. And yeah, he was basically the maintenance man of the store who knew karate. He was basically a badass in there. So, but all in all, it had the the subtext of they gave each actor something, some backstory to play with. And a couple of the actors were there in person, and then slowly, through the night. I think it was, I don't know, do you want to, is it a spoiler to explain what actually the horror event was when they were trapped in the store overnight?
I guess you could say, it's not they're trapped in the store, and the shoppers on Black Friday, who are generally monsters, become literal monsters.
Yeah.
Let's just say that, all right?
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. Because I think it was, there was definitely space spores. Let's just leave it at that. Space spores that were somehow involved.
Yeah.
But no, I dug it, man. I did appreciate the mix of the practical effects with the CGI. There were some cool shots. They definitely were. You can tell when it was practical effects versus CGI that it was just okay, that was cool. But yeah, I think they easily gave birth to a franchise if they want to, right? If they want to just have
If this
that
one
keep
does
going.
well, I don't know why. There's a Black Friday every year, right?
Yeah, finally though, finally a horror movie around Black Friday. I think that was long overdue.
Yeah, I had an idea for that a while back, but
But yeah, I would give that. I don't know what's the emoji. A black heart, an explanation point, and a spaceship.
like a gift, like a gift, like a Christmas gift.
Oh yeah, gifts. Yeah, let's do the gift. But yeah, that was Fantastic Fest was fun. Again, this was the one. The year it was not as weird as last year where it was all just at home, but I feel like I got to see the most movies I've ever got to see during a festival. So I know you frequented it a little bit more than I did.
Yeah, I've been a few times, but I gotta say, this one it was good. Didn't get to see all the movies I wanted to see because of stuff popped up, but it's pandemic is a bummer.
Yeah.
Right, we hate the pandemic.
We do.
But wow, we were there and it was like socially distanced and spaced out, and you could get tickets. You could get tickets to stuff.
Yeah.
And there were seats in between you and other people. It was kind of nice.
The hallways.
The hallways were clear. I mean, you go in like the regular festival, and it's just you're shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah. I totally. Again, yeah, I dug it. I feel like it was a good experience all around. So good films. We didn't see any duds. Like again, we didn't get to see as many as we wanted to, but I feel like the ones we cherry picked and we did get to see were really good. But I would have to say that VHS was definitely my favorite. But there was no duds. Even the found footage phenomenon that could have been a YouTube video was still entertaining.
Yeah, it was good.
Why didn't you bring up Faces of Death though?
Why didn't you bring up VHS?
Yeah, exactly. So it was a found footage feel, but it's a great genre festival. So highly recommend checking out Fantastic Fest.
Yeah, check it out.